The verdict. Josh, what are we going to do here?
I went first on Dragon Spirit.
Fair enough. So, typical 3 questions I always ask. I'll actually do them in reverse order this time. Would I consider playing it again for fun via a remastered version if available? And I did that. I have the rare replay, which is very faithful. Like I said, it's good. It's cool. If you're into that, would I recommend it to someone else? If you played it as a kid and you want to play it again, yeah, go do that. But did I have fun? I never had fun, man. I just never had fun. Like it felt good when I was moving along and I decided I'm only getting fuel. I don't even care, because I was able to like get to the point where I had the select B motion down where I'm coasting. I know how much to float to move along fast through some of these tunnels, and like boom, some of the later levels took me like way less than an hour. I was like boom, in and out of there, 30 minutes, like I'm done. But it was just never fun. Like I don't know why I would ever want to pick this up and play this again. Like I will never play it. Like I don't know what would have to happen in life, God forbid, for me to like
same. Regardless of what I say next, same. I'm never playing Slow Jetman again. That's a fucking 100% true statement for me, also.
So
okay,
I mean, so, I get the design. Like I said, the fact that I went from feeling lied to and everything I read, and that like I was going to be screwed. The fact that I wasn't, that's good. I like it. But it just wasn't enjoyable. And so if you had a game, is it a good game? Yes. Like if you have the time and the patience to, write down your passwords, come back and play later, and you really want to explore, I guess you can do that. I just like the core gameplay loop just wasn't fun for me. So I don't know. It's a game you can play. I don't know if I can say it's a good game. It's a well-designed game, I guess, but it's just not fun to me. So I don't think I can give it the blessing.
Okay. I would love it, their track record on this system warrants it anyways. I don't know if I know whether David Wise and the other guy are still alive, but I would love to ask them whether they wanted this game to be fun. I would like to know their answer to that question. If they, it's a game. They're at the outset of it. Sure, we're making a game. All games should be fun. Yeah. But get it into it and like really hammering on those physics the way they do. I would love to know if there was some level of them that were like, this is a job. Like this, we have created a job here. And we're going to go with that. It's so good at that we're going to let that supersede whether or not it's fun. Is it going to be hard and make you be disciplined, which is, I'm sure, not a completely uncommon developer decision in this era. I bet, especially someone, one as prolific and accomplished as Rare was. They could do no wrong. They lived, no matter what they did, Nintendo, they were Nintendo's golden boys. So when you have that kind of job security as a creative, you can take chances you wouldn't take otherwise and do things that maybe you wouldn't otherwise do if you were worried about getting the next contract or the next whatever, the next job, the next paycheck, yada, 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 And I think that I would love to hear from David and the other guy. Keep saying that poor guy. But what their intent was, honest intent. And maybe that would even require a couple drinks to get that out of them. But I would love to know that for sure, because I don't know. I don't know. I have different things to say than you, of course, but I don't know if it was supposed to be fun. And, that doesn't mean you shouldn't want to have fun when you play the game. I'm not saying that at all, but I would love to know what their actual intent was there, brass tacks, because I don't know if I think they were trying to do that. But regardless of what their intent was, as far as that goes, and my pending interview with David Wise, this game is unique as fuck. There is no other game like this on the NES. There's not even close. I don't think there's nothing in the 700 and whatever the fuck it is licensed games or 600. I forget how many, but whatever the fucking number is. There's no game like this. There's no game close to this. It's rare doing rare type shit, and I mean that in both fucking definitions. Rare as in not common, and rare as in the company, this is what they do. It achieves most everything I think it is setting out to do, especially if we qualify and say they're not trying to have fun. And, you know, the music is fucking off the wall. There's a huge soundtrack. The graphics are great. Those pixel art things are great. Look at this thing behind me. It's fucking great. The look of this game is great. Even the gameplay, though, because of what it requires mechanically, it's very zoomed out, and there's not a lot of detail with these things. It does. I don't know on the NES how you could have done any better and accomplished these game mechanics, you know, visually. The challenge is, of course, fucking stratospheric. So what is there to criticize? Those little mechanical things, control-wise. But again, I don't know what the better solution is there either. You needed all those functionalities. Unless they had the foresight to go, these items are useless. Let's get rid of all that bullshit and assign the shield to something else. You could have made that choice, I suppose. But in this, like, to not have those items and things to buy, then what's all the money for? Like, I don't know how you justify that when you're like, when you have the design document of this game. So, you know, I mean, all that, I don't know how I criticize any of that shit. And then during the final boss battle, I was like, fuck this. Like, that, you know, we talked about things again. I was going back to what are our core things that make these determinations with. Final boss battle is critical for me. Doesn't make me feel accomplished. Is it challenging? But challenge in a way that makes me feel like I control whether I get good at it and I can beat it. And I did not feel like that boss battle gave me that, and in a way that really pissed me off after a hard game already, you know? So I said a lot of terrible shit, and I said there's no chance in hell that fucking King Lorik is going to bless a game with this final boss battle. I yelled all these fucking terrible things during my boss battle video, but I think that was an emotional buildup, a cumulative emotional buildup, that in hindsight was just that and only that, and entirely emotionally fueled vitriol, basically. And while I would say that it is only for a very specific subset of NES gamers for sure, I do think I have to advise King Lorik to bestow the blessing here on some kind of, like, it's a beautiful, unique snowflake basis, you know? Like, it is a piece of NES gaming fucking code that is unparalleled in so many ways. And while some of those ways may be frustrating and long and hard and whatever, man, like, what I think the blessing stands for, I think this did. And yeah, that's it.
Wow.
think, you know, so, okay.
I mean, I expected you to give it a blessing, so I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised.
I would want to fucking add the stipulation, man. None of that is nostalgia based. Like I said, I got into it and this was a new game. So while that would have been a prior indicator of this, yes, I maybe have a soft spot for it nostalgically. That was gone fucking by Planet 3 probably. So that I was playing a new game and I was fucking pissed off and I was frustrated and I had to take breaks and I played it one planet at a time. And there was, by halfway through the game, dude, that was not informing anything I wrote down in this fucking Word document. It was all anew emotionally and functionally, notes and responses. So I get why you might have expected that, but that's not why I'm giving it. To me, it is, I think, okay. From a analytical perspective. And however, it may be that you could perceive a split blessing to be not the best thing. We do thank Sir John Beecham for his kind donation to the Able Gamers Foundation, and shepherding us through this retro gaming experience, whether we had fun the whole time or not.